Yo, welcome back. Today we got another trade recap going. So this is going to be my trade I took over on M and Q at about 10:30 today, this morning. I took a loss. We can see right there my P&L, exit price, entry, all that. I took longs this morning, and I'll go into why I took longs. So heading on over into TradingView, coming into market open. Actually, sorry. First, I'm going to mark out my levels of liquidity. So heading on over to the daily time frame, we can see we have the previous day low. Looks like we have something there too. Yeah. So we have this pullback right here on the 1 hour time frame. And then going on over here, we can see, what is that? That's the Asia low. And then we have the London low right here. And then we have a pullback right there. Another Asia low. And London low right there. Alright. Now let me see if there's anything else to the upside. Maybe a little bit to the upside. So we have a pullback right there, or that's London high pullback. And then we have another pullback right there. So that's probably all I'm going to mark out for today. So we'll head on down to the 30-minute, see if we have anything else. Not really anything over there. Let me look further over here. All right, we're good. So now that I have my levels marked out, we are going to be good to go ahead, work our way down to the smaller time frames. So, oh, that was weird. I don't know why that did that. Alright. There we go. Alright, so coming into market open, we can see we have the data high from CPI right there. This big candle was created from CPI, so I'm going to mark the high and the low out of that candle because this can help me form my bias. So never mind. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, just go ahead and continue. So I'm gonna play some candles. All right, so data high got taken out. Now, usually when I see this, I would expect us to be bearish off of this because, as you can see, the next major level of liquidity is 300 points away almost. So usually I would be pretty bearish off of this, but we can see we just did not have like any signs of the market going down really anytime soon. So I was pretty bullish off of this, not gonna lie. This is definitely due to, I'm pretty sure CPI came out pretty bullish, and Trump did something he announced with tariffs that they're kind of just not really going away, but they're getting reduced a lot, and the tariff tension is kind of easing a lot. So the market really likes this, investors like this, so market is gonna go up a lot. And then we have a lot of fair value gaps here created. Now, I wasn't really in the mood to take longs at this point, just because I don't really like going against. Actually, it's not really going against my bias, but I just get like an uneasy feeling whenever for instance, whenever it's days like this and the market is just selling with no end, or just going up with no end, because and especially after we taken out liquidity, because I just like to have there's always that thought in the back of your mind, okay, we might have a chance of reversing right here. We might have a chance of because you don't really know 100% what the market is going to do, and especially after it takes out liquidity. So sorry, there we go. We can see we have, sorry if it'll load, there we go. We have a lot of liquidity that's been taken out. Now usually, like I said, I would be extremely probably pretty bearish depending on the reactions to these levels, but like I said, there was no reaction to these levels. We were just pushing up and up and up. And like I said, on like a normal, I guess I don't really know. I wouldn't really say we're in a normal market right now because we're just like I said, we're not respecting these levels. The market's just rallying. Like I said, it's due to tariffs. So we are not even pulling back into these fair value gaps up until this one right here. And I'll go ahead and play some candles. Now we can see right here this candle actually retraced back into this fair value gap. And at this point, my bias was still extremely bullish because, like I said, straight off market open from here, there's one red candle, two red candles, like literally there's two red candles. So I didn't see the market reversing anytime soon. We had no sign of reversing. And we can see right here, we tapped into this fair value gap right here with this wick. Now, I saw this and my immediate thought was, okay, we've taken out liquidity, but again, we're not showing signs of sweeping it, so the market really does not want to reverse here. And I was correct. So go ahead and play the next candle. I ended up entering right up here. This is my exact fill, 21,233.75. So my first price target was right here, and then my second one was all the way up here because we didn't have any other liquidity up until there. But we can see, playing some candles, we ended up chopping, not really chopping, just kind of like sort of consolidating for a couple candles. Like I entered here, this candle, we didn't really do much. The start of that candle, we didn't do much. And then we came down. I had my stop loss where the market bounced from, which is, that's a pretty good stop loss placement because there's actual statistical data behind it because you're placing your stop loss where the market bounced from. But we can see right there, I ended up getting stopped out. And what does the next candle do? Boom. We go straight into one of my price targets. Now, I don't know. I wasn't really too mad. I wasn't mad at all. I've gotten a lot better with that. Like, I probably would have gotten pretty mad a couple weeks ago, but it just happens. Sometimes the market doesn't respect your setups. But yeah, and then go ahead and playing it out. We can see we ended up hitting full PT later. So if my stop loss was about 5 more points, I would have won that trade. But that's not what this is about. It's about sticking to your plan because that would have broken my plan. I would have been risking too much. So this is about sticking to your plan. It's not about, you're not going to be right every trade. You're not going to be, you're not going to be wrong every trade. It's all about just, sticking to your plan. That's what's going to ultimately make you successful in the long run. And I understand this. But yeah, that is pretty unfortunate. We got caught I got caught in a little pullback, but nothing we can really do about it. So pretty much just to sum it up, we can see right here we have a fair value gap bounce. So we tapped back into this fair value gap and we bounced off of it. So this is telling me that buyers are still in control and that we want to go higher. Now, we can see here we have the actual bounce off the candle. So you can't really see it because it's not live. It's not a live trade. But we can see in the live trade that there was an impulse of buyers off the fair value gap. So what I saw live and what the whole reason why I entered was we tapped back into this fair value gap, and then instead of just slowly inching up, and coming back down and inching up, come back down, we came up, we shot up, came back down, and then we shot up again. So this is basically saying it's like okay, buyers really want this to go higher, and understood this, so that's why I entered. Yeah, so that is gonna wrap this up. Took a loss, nothing you can do about it. Come back tomorrow. Not gonna trade Friday because it's OPEX. I probably won't trade Thursday either because Pal is speaking. Actually, I probably will. Trade Thursday, but I'm just gonna wait until Pal gets done speaking. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the trade recap. Let me know if y'all want any tips, anything in the comments, any other videos you guys might want to see in the future. Thanks for watching.